What's Good Podcast.
Hey, ladies and gents, this is your girl Brianna Javon with What's Good Podcast, and we are here season 4, and we are focusing on the retail industry. And I'm super excited about our guest today. As you guys know, we do not have interviews, instead, we have genuine conversations. So let's get into it. Today, we have the homie in the building. We
Yes,
have
indeed.
Levi Henderson. How are
Yes,
you?
yes. I'm doing well, but yourself.
I'm doing amazing. I
Yeah.
don't, understand how excited I am, like, to have you here today.
I'm excited to be here. I was hyped
Hey.
when you said you want. I was like, yes,
And
let's
I
do it.
need for y'all to watch this. Don't just listen, but I really need for y'all to watch this because this man came in here on GQ slash Erica Badu. Like it's just a whole of vibe. So if y'all listening, make sure after this y'all go to YouTube and look at this video. Okay. Anywho, let's go ahead and get started with our icebreaker. You ready for your
I'm
icebreaker?
ready.
Okay. I'm excited to hear this answer too. What do you typically tell people when they ask you, what do you do for a living?
Oh Lord. Well, I mean, right now since I'm promoting the business, I tell them, I build hats.
Okay.
And I don't think people really ask me what I do per se. It's more so of I end up saying it
Okay.
just in conversation.
Okay.
I mean, hats are conversation starters. So most of the time I have one of my hats on. It's like, where did you get that from? I'll be like, I made it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's instead of them asking like, what do you do? It ends up like that. And they're like, oh, so
Because you are like a walk-in brand. Like you wear your
yeah,
hats. I mean, do you advertise the jewelry portion as well?
not really. I mean, unless somebody asks about it, like, I mean, I have one of my things on today, and this necklace was one of the first pieces that I ever did when I first started the brand.
I didn't even know you made the
So yeah, I
necklace.
used to hand wrap gemstones. So this was one of the very first necklaces that I did when I first started the brand. What now? I guess a year or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Wow.
jewelry not so much unless it's a woman or something. It's like
Mm-hmm.
but no hats.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
I feel it. So let's go ahead and get to the genuine conversation. I always start with who is and then the guest name. So for you, who is Levi?
I could go make a long list. I would say Levi is a very passionate, goofy person, very spiritual, um, straight chaser, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Or straight shooter, no chaser. I'm very blunt. I
Mm-hmm.
love to learn. I'm very creative.
Very
I'm a music head.
creative.
Um, son, uncle. No.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm just I would say now today I'm a free spirit. Um,
Well, define what free spirit means to you.
Free spirit to me means you have, and what me and my homeboy talked about this the other day is pretty much going back to childlike ways.
Mm.
In the sense of when you look at kids or when you look at children,
Mm-hmm.
they're fearless
Mm-hmm.
and they don't care what anybody say. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah,
speak their mind. They're just, very intuitive beings and they just do whatever they want,
that's true.
and so that's a free spirit to me. When you've healed, when you've learned to love yourself and
Mm-hmm.
you're okay with everything you
Yeah.
work on or address what needs to be addressed and you just live your life. You create your own reality no matter what, anybody else says.
Mm.
You live your own life, your own truth. So
Did it take a process to get there? Because, like you mentioned, now that would be your answer is that you're free spirit.
mhm.
Did it take a process to get there, or you would kind of say you've always been that person, but now you're tapping more into it?
No, that took all my life process.
Really?
Um, I've always been blunt,
Mm-hmm.
yes, but a free spirit to just live and just, not care, no.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody has their insecurities or whatever, but
Yeah.
it used to take me a long time to get dressed because I'll be worried about like, oh, what I'm gonna put on,
Mm-hmm.
just dumb stuff, and it really took the pandemic. I'll say I'm not gonna say all my life, but the pandemic really helped me to be still and to be with myself
Mm-hmm.
and to actually see myself. Because insecurities really is just your inner self crying out like, hey, pay attention to me, not everybody else. So
True.
I got a chance to do that, to just sit with myself, heal,
Mm-hmm.
address, things. I do want to go to therapy also, but just
Me
to
too.
heal, address stuff and just be okay with it and
Mm-hmm.
move on from it, release it. And yeah, that's
That's
what
so
I'm into.
good. So when it comes to the creativity, because only because I know the background, let me give y'all a history. I met you 2019 when I started working at Geico.
Yeah, 2018, 2019. What is this,
This
21?
2021.
Maybe 2018?
Yeah, you're right, 2018. And training class, we just hit it off. Like that was my guy. Like as y'all can see till this day, we still are with each other. Like this is my guy right here for sure, for sure. With that being stated, knowing your history of music, guitar, I mean, you just so creative. You went to school for music, right?
Yes, I went for audio production, but
Yes.
I mean, I graduated and I haven't done anything with it since.
Don't trip. Y'all know I went to
Um,
school for accounting. I ain't did
and
nothing
they
with
did,
accounting.
yeah. So it was more so just like if I'm gonna go back to school, I'm gonna go for something that I'm passionate about, which
True.
I'm a music head. Like even though I don't produce, I mean, I did teach myself how to play the bass.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, music just, it makes me feel good. It takes you to different places.
Sure
It tells
does.
stories. It's,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying, relatable. So I just love it. I just,
So I was getting to like the creative portion of it because you dive in, like you mentioned, you taught yourself how to play the bass. So when it comes to that creative space, what inspires you to try so many different things? Because you don't hold back. You like, if I can do it, I'm gonna do it.
yeah.
I know. If I don't know nothing about you, I know that about you. You're gonna make it happen. So, what makes you dive into those different creative spaces?
I, I, I don't even know if there's really anything specific. Honestly, like
Mm-hmm.
it always happens at random moments. Like
Mm-hmm.
if it's something that catches my eye, or just like, I wonder, can I do that? I'm finna go do
Mm-hmm.
it. You know what I'm saying? So with the bass, I just love a good bass line. Like it
Mm-hmm.
just, the bass is the song. You know what I'm saying?
That
You
is
take that
true.
bass out and it's nothing. So with the bass, I've always wanted to learn to play an instrument. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be the drums, but my mom was like, "Nah, that ain't happening." Fast forward, I grew up, and then I was like, "Okay, for my birthday, I'm gonna go buy a bass, and I'm
Mm.
just gonna teach myself." I didn't know
Mm.
anything. I just, if I would listen to it and try to, what I'm saying, figure it out. I did have an app that teaches you the basics or whatever, excuse me. So I did that for a while. And then I was just like, I don't need that.
That's crazy.
But I do want to take lessons just for the basics.
That's live. And
Just
so, where we are today with the jewelry and the hat, what was the inspiration with that process?
um the hats, I would say my grandfather, which is part of I say,
Mm-hmm.
he's the A in I say. He was a hat person. He wasn't fedoras. He was more so like Kango hats and
Mm.
ball caps, straw hats or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But I was always in his hats.
Mm-hmm.
But my grandmother, which is the SEY or the say in I say, she is very crafty, sewing
Mm-hmm.
machine, make you clothes, whatever. Like
Nice.
that's where I get that. But I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know that it was in me
Mm-hmm.
until the jewelry started. And that happened with leather bracelets. I just
Mm-hmm.
was up one night. I was like, I wonder, can I make a bracelet just by braiding this leather? I don't even remember why I had it in the first place, but so I did that, and then I posted it on Facebook, just being funny, like, yo, I guess I'm gonna put, jewelry maker on my resume, and
Mm-hmm.
people was like, yo, I want one. I was like, oh yeah. So I started that. Went from those to the beads and the wrapped necklaces, and then the hats. I think I was watching a celebrity hat maker. I want to say Nick Fouquet. Nick Fouquet. I don't know how to pronounce his last name,
Is that the
but
one with the red under?
no, that's Keith and
I guess it is two people with that one.
oh Lord, I want Keith and James.
I think so. I just know they in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, well, they
Mm-hmm.
have a storefront in LA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Nick is he's a celebrity hat maker, and his hats go for like thousands of dollars. Like, And I think I was watching him and I was like, man, I wonder, can I do that? So it went from that to just like I was watching, YouTube for months. And then I just bought the tools and started trying to make my own hats.
Mm-hmm.
Posted that like I did the bracelets, and everybody was like, I want one. I'm like, you want
Yeah.
this? So from there, it took off.
So I okay, when it comes to making things, right? I just think of always going to the next level. And if I know you, you're like, okay, what can I do to make it better and better and better,
Mhm.
right? So for you, where you are now and where you first started, where were some of the lessons in between?
There are still lessons right now. I mean, I haven't even been doing this a year yet, so I'm still learning a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Really just to have fun is the
Mm,
biggest lesson in it, because it's so easy to get caught up in watching what everybody else does, because I was doing that. I
mm-hmm.
mean, and it's natural if you're coming into a new industry and you're looking at all these other people doing it, you
That's
naturally want to
true.
see what they're doing, but
Mm-hmm.
then don't compare yourself. Still stay in your own
That's
lane
it.
and
That's it.
focus on where you are.
That's it.
So I would say that would be my biggest lesson from then to now,
Mm-hmm.
is just staying in my own lane, worrying about me.
Mm,
I always remind myself every day, you're exactly where you're supposed to be, so that I
mm,
don't, jump the gun or feel like I'm lacking or I'm too far behind. Like, yo,
mm-hmm.
this is your brand, this is your thing, this is your product.
Yes.
Like, chill. You don't have to be doing everything all at once. Everything doesn't have to happen, because I do that. My mind goes a million miles an hour, so it's
Mm-hmm.
easy for me to be like, okay, I want to do this, and this.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like, okay, I know how to be still with what I'm working on right now, and
Mm,
then
that's
focus on
good.
it.
That was good because I do feel that going into whatever industry that you want to go in, people are like, okay, let me see what this person's doing. This is
Yeah.
what that person is doing is their story.
Hmm.
So just because they're excelling and doing what they need to do doesn't mean that that's going to be your journey. Like
Right.
it's okay to figure out, okay, all right, I see how they're doing it. Let me take, certain techniques. But I wouldn't say go in there and be like, I'm gonna do exactly like this, because if you
Hmm.
do exactly like this and it doesn't work out for you,
You gotta be
then
mad.
you're gonna be mad and you're gonna burn out and then like this isn't for me. Well, your vision is different from somebody else's vision. What God gave you is what God gave you. So I think with the comparison situation, it's real because it's so easy to do, but it's harder to do what you're supposed to do.
Right.
And I feel like that's where the testimony comes from, is because it's your story and you did what you were supposed to do versus doing something that somebody else did.
Right.
So I appreciate you saying that because I think it's it's a trendy situation, to be honest. I feel
Hmm.
like a lot of people are out here, let me copy them. Like we know celebrities that have taken from small businesses,
Right.
independent businesses, and out here making it happen. And then we out here like, dang.
I wish I would have, could have. We'll
Yeah.
touch on that
So
though.
that's why it's like you gotta stick with it. Whatever God gave you, like you already have the tools to make it happen. You just gotta implement and execute it. So I thank you for that,
Yeah.
friend. All right. So I want to talk about consultations with the hats because yours is customized,
Right.
right? What does that look like when they come to you and say, "Hey, I want a hat"? What does that process look like from there?
It's a conversation.
Okay.
Um, just me getting to know you and trying to see like, what is this hat even for, or what does it mean
Mm,
to you?
mhm,
Have you ever had a hat built before? Because a lot of
mm,
people have not. So it starts with that. I'll usually I had a situation where you are supposed to make an appointment,
mhm,
but people don't follow directions. So I was just like, all right, let me meet them where they at. Let me
mhm, mhm,
not wait on them to come. I'll DM, or
mhm,
whatever is usually what that is. Or if it's word of mouth, if I'm in your face, then it's like, well, hit me up and we'll talk about it, because I have to get your size first and foremost.
right.
Most people don't know their size. I've run into
I know
maybe
I
one or two
don't.
people that know their size because they wear hats, but a lot of people are fresh, like new to the hats, and getting your size, making sure you're in the right size.
Mhm,
I will walk you through sizing or getting that measurement, because I don't do in person
mhm,
measurements with Rona. Um, so yeah, and then once we get the size and I know like a little bit more about you or what the
mhm,
hat is for, then I'll walk you through the process.
mhm,
Let you know how long it's gonna take.
mhm,
And then there's a deposit. all I had orders have a deposit, but after that, it's creating time.
Nice. So from that initial consultation, how long does it take to complete a project?
It really honestly depends on how many I'm working on. Like I
Hmm.
can finish a hat in 8 hours
Shut up.
if if I not doing anything else, but I still have a
Hmm.
9 to 5,
Hmm.
and I have a life. So it's working from 7 to 3 or sometimes 7 to 7 if I'm doing overtime, and then after that I'll put in work. So
Hmm.
it honestly depends on what I'm doing and how many hats I have.
Gotcha.
Um, I always tell people right now, I tell people 4 to 6 weeks
Hmm.
turnaround, but if I can get it to you sooner, I obviously will, because I don't want to rush anybody's hat. So I want to give myself time.
That makes sense because I can just imagine, excuse me, the different recommendations, requests that you receive.
Mhm.
What are some of the craziest things that people have asked as far as their hats?
I haven't had any crazy ones yet
Okay.
because a lot of people right now are leaving it up to me because they don't know anything.
Really?
Like they don't they just see it and they're like, I
Mm-hmm.
want that or I want something. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I did have someone recently ask for a blue jean hat. So I'm excited to do that.
That's gonna be
Um,
really nice.
I mean, I want people to
Ooh.
ask me for the crazy stuff because
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
That's
Um,
pushing your
Yeah,
creativity.
that's what I want to do. Like that's the main point of building hats is so you can go out and look different. Like
Yeah.
don't look like anybody else. So yeah, I'd say the blue jean hat is the craziest or so far.
Solid. Okay, so last thing before we get to the storytelling, I think a lot of people that do have 9 to 5s, it's like, how do I make time? I got a life, I got kids, and things of that nature. And then I still want to pursue what God has really in me.
Hmm.
So, with that being stated, how do you make time to have a life, do your 9 to 5? You said you do overtime at that, and then you still do your orders and you complete them and you fulfill them.
Organization,
Mm.
writing things down,
Hmm.
or if you're a phone person, put it in your phone. But I don't, me and phones. I'll write it down. And also aside from business, working out. Working out will teach you to make time for yourself, and it makes you, at least the program that I was doing, because
Hmm.
it would make me say, okay, I'm gonna get up early at this time, work out, eat, and then log into work.
Hmm.
Well, you get in that habit of setting a time slot for different things. Basically, is what I'm about to get at, is just setting aside time,
Okay.
even if it's 30 minutes to an hour, because I mean, realistically, I'm not going to sit there after I've worked all day in front of a computer and build hats 4 or 5 hours. I'm gonna get burned out.
That's true. That's true.
So I mean, if I have a lot, I'll split it up into days. Maybe when I get off, I will block all the hats, which is just once I steam it and put it on the block that fits your size. That's
Hmm.
what blocking is. Or maybe the next day I'm putting in a whole bunch of hat bands or whatever. So it's really knowing what you have to do and writing it down,
Mm.
and then carving out time for each, so that you don't get burned out and
Hmm.
so that you don't become lazy. Because there have been times I'm like, all right,
Procrastination
I'm gonna
is
chill for
real.
like 30 minutes and then I'm gonna
Hmm.
go handle my business. And I've been went to sleep like, dang. And then I'm rushing and I don't
Yep.
like that.
Hmm.
So yeah, just knowing what you have, organize your day. Um, you know what you have to do.
That's
You
true.
know what you want to do also. So if you
Hmm.
plan on going out, there's no issue with that. You have a life, but communicate with your customers, I will say, so that they know what's going on. And if there is going to be a delay because something came up, you know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
just communicate, organize. That's it. It's common sense, really. If you want to do something, you're going to find a way, find an
That's true.
excuse to do it.
You gotta make
So
that time
yeah,
for it.
yeah.
That's good because that's where I'm at right now is learning how to block out schedule, well, block out time on my schedule.
Hmm.
That if I have to work at this time, then this is that time. After that, okay, I got time to do some recordings or
Right.
editing or whatever case may be. And that's what I'm trying to do like for the week so I can really get my month. Like I want to be a month ahead of everything at this point. It's probably gonna take a lot of time, but that's goals.
I mean, if you're doing it, what, weekly,
Yeah, I do. I want to
you
start doing it
your month
weekly.
is there.
I'm trying, friend. That's why I'm like, thank you. I know when I hear you when you say block schedule, that's confirmation I need to get on
Mhm.
it. All right, you guys. So we're gonna take a quick break. Just a quick commercial break, and we will be back. This episode is sponsored by Golden Digital Assets Management. With Golden Digital Assets Management, it's more than just a website. With focus on back end support, Golden Digital Assets Management services businesses by creating the structure and support your independent business needs to operate like the big shots. Go ahead and visit their website at www.goldendoesit.com and get your independent business the support it deserves. Thank you guys so much, and let's tune into the show. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. We are back at it. We left off with the genuine conversation, and now we are coming back to the storytelling portion of the podcast, and it's the highs and lows. So, if you've been listening, the highs and lows basically it's like, I'm giving myself a clap. What is it called? A pat on the back. I did a great job, 2 thumbs up. So, within your journey, it could be life, it can be in business, it could be shoot the corporate situation. What is something that you can be like, Levi did that?
I started my business. Um, I manifested everything that I've been wanting to do. Um, but aside from that, I went skydiving.
Ah, you did.
That was something that 2019 I saw something, I was like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. And I meant to do it, and then I forgot about it. And then yeah, earlier this year I went skydiving.
Well, okay, I saw the video, right? You are the only person, well, no, two. You're one out of two that I've only seen not scream. Like you were doing the yay, like we're in this thing. Like you
Yeah.
was not screaming. I was like, that would be the opposite of me. They would be like, calm down, because I would
Yeah.
have been screaming and everything else. You were so freaking
Yeah.
calm. Is
That
that
was
you already knew what you were getting into, or
no,
it
I
was just
didn't.
like you mentioned, free spirit? I'm just gonna take it how it is.
So the whole point of that was a exercise that I had for myself to release. I
Mm.
said once I got up there, I was gonna leave it all in the air, and when I come
Mm.
down, and that's fear, insecurity, like whatever had been weighing me down, whatever I had been holding on to, whatever I was not letting go of,
Mhm.
was left in the air.
That
And I
is so
said, if I can do that, I can do anything else.
I am not mad. Friend, that's really, really good. I used to find me an exercise like
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, I'm not telling y'all to go and jump out of a plane as an
mm-hmm.
exercise, but just
Find something
find
to
something
release.
that will help you release. And even, okay, I was talking to somebody the other day, and I want to start like an end of the year annual trip for myself where you just leave
Mm.
New Year's
Mm-hmm.
and you leave everything that you needed to release from that year. You leave it wherever you
Mm.
was visiting. When
Mm-hmm.
you come back ready to receive whatever the new year has.
That's good.
Um, yeah, so I want to do that, but yeah, find the exercise, release it, let it go, so you can. The more you learn to release and
Mm-hmm.
you learn from whatever you were supposed to learn, you carry that with you and leave everything else,
Mm.
business, personal life, whatever. So yeah, find something.
That's legit. Cause I tell myself during New Year's, instead of me partying all the time, I just want to be in a place like if I have a journal out or praying, meditating, whatever the case may be, like I'm just letting all of that out for that recent
Yeah,
year so I can get ready for new blessings and opportunities for the new year,
exactly.
upcoming year.
Yeah.
So that was really good. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the opposite end, what are some lows that you can say, dang, I could have did better, or I didn't know better, but now I know better the next time around? And how did you push through
Time management.
that? Not the biggest smile.
Yes, because I just talked about, blocking schedules, but
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't always doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I was just, at first I wasn't, it hadn't dawned on me that, yo, you have a business. Like,
Mm-hmm. I can
this
feel
ain't no
that.
hobby, bro. Like,
Yeah, it's real.
And yeah, time management was a low. And I will say that as well as depression. Because I didn't take care of time the way that I should have, I didn't plan or organize, I got overwhelmed. And when I get overwhelmed, it's not a some most of the time I can work under pressure if I need to, but a lot of the times you get burned out, you get
True.
overwhelmed, and you shut down.
True.
And I shut down.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to do nothing. I started back drinking after
Mm-hmm.
I had gone so long without drinking,
Mm-hmm.
just eating whatever, just laying around, like just lazy,
Yeah.
and in doing that, I still had orders. When I hit that point, I still had orders, and I just did what I wanted to do whenever I wanted to do it, but then it started making me rush.
Mm-hmm.
And I will never forget, I rushed one, and I knew like it wasn't my best build, but
Mm-hmm.
I just, because I told them I was gonna have it ready, whatever, I just did it anyway. And they weren't pleased with it.
Oh wow.
And that was like, okay, that'll be the last time
Mm-hmm.
that happens, because that's you dropped the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a low. Just not taking care of myself and my time, and it will spill over into your business if you have it, or wherever else, into your family or your household or whatever. So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that because I've noticed I will try and do stuff during the week, and if I can't, I'll do it during the weekend, and then Sunday come and I'm like, dang, I'm still
Mm-hmm.
working.
You
It's
like,
like,
dang, I'm tired.
what have I been doing? Like we are already here at the end of the week, and I am still working. So no, I definitely feel that. I talked to a business coach, and he was like, if you don't have your personal life together, then how do you expect for your business life to come together? So before you even get to your business, make sure that you're in the right mind state before starting your business or the next project or whatever that looks like for you when it comes to your business. And so I always kept that in the back of my mind, like, okay, if you need to take a break, but don't procrastinate.
Yes.
That's the difference. And
Yes.
so I feel like that's definitely real that you have to have a clear mind state and have yourself ready and healthy before
Mm-hmm.
you do anything with your business. So thank you for sharing that
Yeah.
because that's real.
Can't pour from an empty cup.
Co- come
If
on,
you ain't
fill
right,
my cup.
you know, yeah.
That's real.
Take care of you first.
I like that, brand. Okay, what is one free advice? Because I am in a situation where I don't know, I feel a certain way. People are making other people pay thousands of dollars for advice, take my class for $2,500, and then not actually there to hold their hand or be an accountability partner, or you got to email me if you have follow up questions. It's like, where's the real help? So for me, I wanted to put this in here because I think genuine conversations is where all the gems really come from,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, what would be one free advice for anyone that's listening that may want to start a hat company, jewelry company, retail, or learn how to balance business but 9 to 5? There's just so many aspects of you, right? What is one free advice that you can give somebody that's listening that they can take back from this show?
Just start.
Mm,
Just start, and don't look back. No matter what you lack, or what, whether it be the resources, funds, knowledge, whatever it is you think you don't have,
mhm.
just start, just go, because once you put your first foot forward, everything is already aligned that you need anyway. Especially, I mean, and I don't, I'm not a religious person, I believe in God, but if you've already prayed on it, if it's something that's been sitting with you
Come on, come
for so
on.
long, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
that you can't get it out of your head, and it's
Mm-hmm.
something that's just, you know what I'm saying, what that feeling is. If you can't shake it, then go get it. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
right.
Go do it.
That's right.
And don't be afraid of the process, the journey. Don't be afraid of the lows that you hear from business. Like, you're gonna have highs and lows whether you start
Mm-hmm.
your business or not. That's life. You know what I'm saying? So just
Mm-hmm.
do it, have fun with it. If you do ask and somebody says no, go ask somebody else. Don't stop until you get what you need. Don't stop praying until you get what you need.
Mm-hmm.
But just go for it. Just go, whatever it is. Just start today, right now. While you listening to us, start right now,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
today, and just have fun, because you're gonna look up and time will have passed, and you'll be like, man, I'm really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad I did this as opposed to, I wonder what if I would have, and no, just do it. Just go for it. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you'll be surprised at people who are willing to help you out or, you know, talk to you, give you free advice or whatever it is. I mean, I'm around if y'all want to hit me up or whatever, business or not. That's just me. But yeah, just start and be willing to bet on yourself.
Indeed, invest in yourself
all day, every day. Every day that you wake up, bet on yourself because nobody's gonna hand anything out. They may chop it up with you, and you know, but you got to go get it if that's what you want. It's yours. It's your vision. It's your desire. It's your goal. So you got to go get it. But yeah, just start. That's my advice. Just start and let God do the rest.
Nice.
It all come together.
Nice. I actually took something back from that too. That was good. Okay. Last and final thing before we get to our motivational moment, what is like as far as upcoming projects, events, or next goals, anything for Ase and Levi?
Yeah. Right now I'm still like I said in the beginning part of it, I guess, really just trying to make sure that there's a solid foundation. And when I say that, it's not just going and paying for an LLC and saying that you have a business. Cover yourself, protect your ideas, protect your work, trademark, you know, learn about all that. So that's where I am right now, in the midst of, you know, fulfilling orders, is just educating myself so that I can actually own my stuff. Because what I've heard and what I've taken back listening to different business owners is that, oh, I lost thousands of dollars because I did not, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm taking the time to slow down instead of trying to produce all these hats and, you know, have all these followers. I want to make sure I'm protected before I go get these followers or whoever, so that I'm good. I don't have to worry about that.
Wait. We can't go on. Wait. I want to bring that back. What would you say is one thing that you learned watching those videos? Like you mentioned, people lost thousands of dollars because they did not do a certain thing. What was, if you can name just one of those certain things?
Just not trademarking your brand.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go and spend the 300 just to say LLC blase, but then what, you know what I'm saying? You still have stuff that you're selling, like protect legally, you know what I'm saying? Trademark, patent, whatever it is that you're doing, protect that, you know what I'm saying? So that later on down the road, somebody's not stealing something that you had. You can go back and say, excuse me, I own that. You need to, you know what I'm saying? Or run me my money, you know, just because you are going to lose that. Potentially, I'm not going to speak that on anybody, but just legally protect yourself so that you're not losing out money if somebody does steal your idea and they go, like you said, celebrities will, you know, take ideas from small businesses and then they go run up a bag.
Sure do.
So that's what I mean by just protecting yourself, just not having to worry about, you know, can anybody make money off my stuff? So yeah, I do want to release a collection because, I mean, it's only right that I do. I think so. I mean, I do enjoy doing the custom builds, but it's only right that I put myself on something and just say, this is me. This is all me, you know.
I love that.
So I'm at the drawing board with that right now, because if I'm gonna put myself out there, I want it to be dope and be me. Y'all gonna know that it's my stuff, you know. So yeah, a collection. Got a photo shoot coming up for the website so that I can, you know, have that in the works instead of just operating on IG and Facebook. I do have shirts that I'll be releasing soon. I have some eyewear that I designed that will be releasing. I don't want to do it all together, but I've been doing what I want to do. You know, I mean, we've talked, so yeah, just.
I'm waiting on one thing for you to say.
What?
The cologne.
Oh, I'm working on that.
Okay.
I've done two, but I'm still tweaking a few things. So
okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't worry about that.
Because I'm just checking it. Okay. I know we talked about the eyewear. Yes. I know we talked about the clone. I saw that photo that you put out there on the clone. I was like.
Yeah. I've been. I mean, you know, if you know me and I say I'm gonna do something, you may not see it right away, but you're gonna see me do it. So yeah, just having a collection and really just having a system, man. I honestly,
That's
IG
important.
wears me out,
Yeah.
and Facebook because I don't be want to be on there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm ready to have a system where, I mean, not to say I don't want to talk to y'all, but I don't, it's like you feel like you have to be present on social media all the
Yes.
time. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I just want to run whatever, let it run,
Mm-hmm.
and so I can focus on building.
Yes.
That is another thing that I'm looking to do is find a branding and marketing person
Mm-hmm.
because I
Anybody listening?
yeah, if you out there,
Needing clients.
if that's what you do, let me
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah.
I'd rather support, black owned brand if that's what you do. But help me out because I don't be want to worry about posting stuff.
I
I
feel
know I be
it. I
having
feel
to
it.
because I'll be like, dang, I ain't been on there in about a week or two.
I feel
I'll be
that.
feeling bad, but then I'm like, I ain't got nothing to say. Like, I ain't talking about nothing right now.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Uh-huh.
I'll post something if I'm doing something, but yeah, so just really trying to get it together so that when I do reach that 1 year mark later this year, it will feel like a brand. It won't feel
Yes.
like I'm still trying to get there.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. It's
So
levels to it.
yeah, it indeed. So yeah.
All right, so we are here for the motivational moment. As you guys know, it's either a quote, a verse, any type of advice. I know some people actually was like, "Hey, I got more advice to do with the motivational moment." So it's just to leave people with motivation when they get done with the show, right? So today, I loved it because this is where I'm at right now in life. It's a quote. I just found it on Instagram. It won't be easy, but it will be all worth it. So when I read it, I was like, this sums up so much with only how many words? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10 words. I did count it out, right? Only 10 words to me. It was just like a lot. And so when I first read it, what it meant to me was that it's a process, it's a level to it, it's a journey. But if you don't get started, you'll never know what it looks like on the other spectrum of it, the other end of it. And then you can look back and see the growth, the prosperity. You can look at everything that happened in between. Because if you don't get started, it's always going to be what you say, that what if, damn,
Mhm.
why didn't I do it? It was my idea, this, and that. And now you're down on yourself. And that's when real depression and anxiety come in because you're hard on yourself.
Yeah.
To be honest, like we are our worst critics. And I know for me, I'm always sitting down trying to think of a plan. I can't believe I'm really proud of myself because I'm pretty much done with this
Come
journal.
on through.
I am so excited, but beyond past my own endeavors, when I first read it, it just reminded me to just keep moving and keep striving. It doesn't matter what roadblocks may come. What I've always told myself is that there's a destination, but there's different routes to get to that one destination. When you think about going to work, when you're thinking about going home, when you think about doing certain things, there's always traffic. There's always somebody that's cutting you off. There's always somebody that's trying to get in your lane and stay in your lane. It's always something as far as a distraction. But at the end of the day, your destination is your destination. You just got to figure out a way to get there. And so when I read that, it may not be easy. That's what I was thinking about, the distractions and things of that nature. But once I get to that destination, it's going to be all worth everything that I went through.
Absolutely.
Your turn.
So my favorite quote, and I'll do a quote,
Okay.
is nothing beats a failure but a try.
Oh, okay. Let the people know what that means to you.
Because I mean it's and that's simple, but we focus so much on failing and
Mhm.
we never start because we're afraid of failing. And it's like, well, what if I don't do this right? And it's like
Mhm.
nothing beats a failure but a try. Just try. Like you can beat all that stuff that you can beat all that. Like and
True.
you'll get to a point to where you're like, dang, I was worried about all that for nothing.
Mhm.
When all you have to do is try.
Mhm.
So that quote, I always hold that with me because it no matter what happens or what goes wrong, I would say it tells me to keep going, just to keep
Mhm.
trying. Like you may not be where this person is, but even though they've been doing it for 10 years, but just keep trying. You're gonna get
Mhm.
there.
Mhm.
Everybody
Mhm.
has to start somewhere.
That's
So
true.
just keep going, just keep trying. If it doesn't work out, then go back to the drawing board, figure out what does work out, and try again.
Mm.
So it's just, yeah, it's a simple something that I hold with me.
That's good
Let's
though.
try.
I like that. All right, well, friend, this is a wrap. Did you enjoy yourself?
I did.
That's
I knew I would
good.
though. I hope you guys enjoyed. You can check me out on Instagram and
Mhm,
Facebook at Asay, which is ASEY
mhm,
Apparel,
mhm.
APPAREL. Both on Instagram and Facebook. So yep, hit me up if you need a new brim.
How can they put in an order?
Just DM me.
Mm.
I have an email, I say inquiries at Gmail, but just hit me up. Just DM me. Once I get my website up, which should be soon within the next month or so,
Mhm.
you will be able to order through because at that point you'll be placing your deposit on the
Amazing.
website. And then the shirts will be up and everything. So yeah, just stay tuned for the website. For now, just hit me in my DM and we'll work it out.
Boom, bam. That's it.
Yeah.
You got any last thoughts? Anything else?
No, I enjoy myself. I appreciate you having me on. I'm amazed at where we are
I
right now.
know.
Like it started off with me just coming to your release of what's good, and now we sitting here doing our thing. So yeah,
Yes.
just I want to tip my hat to you.
Thank
Tell you
you.
thank you. You keep going, keep trying. It's
Thank
working.
you.
Everything you've been doing, your show is dope. Um, everything is just looking good, man. We're blessed,
Man,
and
we are
it's gonna
blessed.
continue that way.
And this is just another thing to put out there before we end the show is I love my community that's around me is because we're all doing something and we're always supporting each other. When I learned about him and the jewelry line, I was like, hey, Franny Spankless, like, what's up? And then when he was telling me about his eyewear. That's why I was like, I got a checklist. I need to, follow up and see as far as accountability friend, what he got going on,
Yeah.
right? And so it's just been a blessing for him to see how I got started, and now I can sit up here and ask him, friend, like you're starting and you're still doing, like you're continuing,
Yeah.
and so. I just want to put it out there to support your friends. It doesn't matter where they are in life. Everybody may say I have ideas and they may not get started, but it doesn't mean that you put them down and be like, well, you ain't got started yet, this and that. Just continue to support them because you never know when they're going to get started. You don't know what may be happening in their life that may have them distracted, but get them out of that distraction.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Push them.
saying? Like, yeah, push them, be an accountability person, help them. If you got resources, give them those resources. It's nothing to share and just be there and be a listener, be a shoulder, whatever that looks like for you. So I just want to put that out there because I love my people.
Yes. Yes.
Well, that is it. I want to thank you guys for listening. If you're listening to this morning, noon, evening, or night, y'all have a great one.
Peace.